Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Short descriptive summary of events. The act of looking or seeing or observing. His survey of the battlefield was limited. Consider in a comprehensive way. Hold a review of troops. A detailed critical inspection. Keep under surveillance. Look over carefully or inspect. He surveyed his new classmates. Make a survey of, for statistical purposes. Plot a map of, land. Short descriptive summary of events. Return to a previous location or condition. The painting resumed its old condition when we restored it. Take up or begin anew. We resumed the negotiations. Give a summary of. A summary of your academic and work history. Assume anew. Resume a title. Short descriptive summary of events. A brief literary description. Make a sketch of. Sketch the building. Preliminary drawing for later elaboration. A humorous or satirical drawing published in a newspaper or magazine. Describe roughly or briefly or give the main points or summary of. Sketch the outline of the book. The ability to see, the visual faculty. The act of looking or seeing or observing. The range of vision. Out of sight of land. Often followed by of, a large number or amount or extent. Catch sight of, to perceive with the eyes. He caught sight of the king's men coming over the ridge. An instance of visual perception. The sight of his wife brought him back to reality. Anything that is seen. He was a familiar sight on the television. A range of mental vision. In his sight she could do no wrong. Take aim by looking through the sights of a gun, or other device. The act of looking or seeing or observing. He tried to get a better view of it. See or watch. View a show on television. Graphic art consisting of the graphic or photographic representation of a visual percept. Figure 2 shows photographic and schematic views of the equipment. Look at carefully, study mentally. View a problem. A way of regarding situations or topics, etc. Consider what follows from the positivist view. The range of the eye. They were soon out of view. A personal belief or judgment that is not founded on proof or certainty. The visual percept of a region. The most desirable feature of the park are the beautiful views. A message expressing a belief about something. The expression of a belief that is held with confidence but not substantiated by positive knowledge or proof. Deem to be. She views this quite differently from me. The range of interest or activity that can be anticipated. Outward appearance. They look the same in outward view. Purpose. The phrase, with a view to, means, with the intention of, or, for the purpose of. He took the computer with a view to pawning it. Consider in a comprehensive way. He appraised the situation carefully before acting. Evaluate or estimate the nature, quality, ability, extent, or significance of. I will have the family jewels appraised by a professional. Examine so as to determine accuracy, quality, or condition. Happen in a particular manner. How did your talk go over? Hold a review of troops. Fall forward and down. A variety show with topical sketches and songs and dancing and comedians. Practice intended to polish performance or refresh the memory. A summary at the end that repeats the substance of a longer discussion. An essay or article that gives a critical evaluation, as of a book or play. Look at again. Examine again. Let's review your situation. Refresh one's memory. I reviewed the material before the test. A new appraisal or evaluation. Look back upon, a period of time, sequence of events, remember. She reviewed her achievements with pride. Hold a review of troops. A subsequent examination of a patient for the purpose of monitoring earlier treatment. Appraise critically. She reviews books for the New York Times. Accounting. A service, less exhaustive than an audit, that provides some assurance to interested parties as to the reliability of financial data. A formal or official examination. The platoon stood ready for review. A periodical that publishes critical essays on current affairs or literature or art. Law. A judicial re-examination of the proceedings of a court, especially by an appellate court. A branch of knowledge. Anthropology is the study of human beings. Give careful consideration to. Applying the mind to learning and understanding a subject, especially by reading. No schools offer graduate study in interior design. Attentive consideration and meditation. Preliminary drawing for later elaboration. Think intently and at length, as for spiritual purposes. He is meditating in his study. Learn by reading books. He is studying geology in his room. A detailed critical inspection. A written document describing the findings of some individual or group. This accords with the recent study by Hill and Dale. Be a student of a certain subject. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. A composition intended to develop one aspect of the performer's technique. A study in spiccato bowing. A room used for reading and writing and studying. He knocked lightly on the closed door of the study. A state of deep mental absorption. She is in a deep study. Be a student. Follow a course of study. Be enrolled at an institute of learning. Someone who memorizes quickly and easily, as the lines for a part in a play. He is a quick study. Be later in time. Tuesday always follows Monday. Follow in or as if in pursuit. Her bad deed followed her and haunted her dreams all her life. Travel along a certain course. Follow the road. Keep informed. Follow, discover, or ascertain the course of development of something. We must follow closely the economic development is Cuba. Choose and follow. as of theories, ideas, policies, strategies or plans. She followed the feminist movement. Imitate in behavior. Take as a model. Teenagers follow their friends in everything. Keep to. Come as a logical consequence. Follow logically. It follows that your assertion is false. Follow with the eyes or the mind. She followed the men with the binoculars. Work in a specific place, with a specific subject, or in a specific function. Be the successor of. Carter followed Ford. Come after in time, as a result. A terrible tsunami followed the earthquake. Act in accordance with someone's rules, commands, or wishes. Perform an accompaniment to. The orchestra could barely follow the frequent pitch changes of the soprano. To be the product or result. Behave in accordance or in agreement with. Keep under surveillance. The police had been following him for weeks, but they could not prove his involvement in the bombing. Accept and follow the leadership or command or guidance of. Let's follow our great helmsman. Adhere to or practice. These people still follow the laws of their ancient religion. Be next. Mary plays best, with John and Sue following. Grasp the meaning. Can you follow her argument? To bring something about at a later time than. She followed dinner with a brandy. To travel behind, go after, come after. The ducklings followed their mother around the pond. Keep under surveillance. A brief statement that presents the main points in a concise form. Briefly giving the gist of something. A summary formulation of a wide-ranging subject. A brief statement that presents the main points in a concise form. He gave a summary of the conclusions. Performed speedily and without formality. A summary execution. Appearing to be as specified, usually used as combining forms. Left their clothes dirty looking. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He gave it a good looking at. The act of searching visually. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He gave it a good looking at. Take charge of or deal with. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Have faith or confidence in. Give a certain impression or have a certain outward aspect. This project looks fishy. Look forward to the probable occurrence of. She is looking to a promotion. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A look of triumph. Be oriented in a certain direction, often with respect to another reference point, be opposite to. The house looks north. Search or seek. We looked all day and finally found the child in the forest. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He went out to have a look. Accord in appearance with. You don't look your age. Convey by one's expression. She looked her devotion to me. Have a certain outward or facial expression. How does she look? Perceive with attention. direct one's gaze towards. She looked over the expanse of land. Physical appearance. I don't like the looks of this place. Subject to psychoanalytic treatment. I was analyzed in Vienna by a famous psychiatrist. Break down into components or essential features. Analyze today's financial market. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Analyze a sonnet by Shakespeare. Make a mathematical, chemical, or grammatical analysis of. Break down into components or essential features. Analyze a specimen. Subject to psychoanalytic treatment. Break down into components or essential features. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Make a mathematical, chemical, or grammatical analysis of. Break down into components or essential features. A large piece of fabric, usually canvas fabric, by means of which wind is used to propel a sailing vessel. A heavy, closely woven fabric, used for clothing or chairs or sails or tents. A tent made of canvas fabric. An oil painting on canvas fabric. An inquiry into public opinion conducted by interviewing a random sample of people. The setting for a narrative or fictional or dramatic account. The map that forms the floor of the ring in which boxers or professional wrestlers compete. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Get the opinions of people by asking specific questions. Solicit votes from potential voters in an electoral campaign. Put to the test, as for its quality, or give experimental use to. Observe, check out, and look over carefully or inspect. The customs agent examined the baggage. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Question or examine thoroughly and closely. Question closely. Come to see in an official or professional capacity. Examine carefully for accuracy with the intent of verification. Look over carefully. Please inspect your father's will carefully. The act of examining something closely, as for mistakes. A prolonged intense look. A set of questions or exercises evaluating skill or knowledge. The act of giving students or candidates a test, as by questions, to determine what they know or have learned. The act of examining something closely, as for mistakes. A detailed inspection of your conscience, as done daily by Jesuits. Formal systematic questioning. Take charge of or deal with. Could you see about lunch? Make sense of. Assign a meaning to. What message do you see in this letter? Go to see a place, as for entertainment. We went to see the Eiffel Tower in the morning. See or watch. This program will be seen all over the world. Get to know or become aware of, usually accidentally. I see that you have been promoted. Date regularly. Have a steady relationship with. Did you know that she is seeing an older man? Find out, learn, or determine with certainty, usually by making an inquiry or other effort. I want to see whether she speaks French. Perceive or be contemporaneous with. You'll see a lot of cheating in this school. Undergo or live through a difficult experience. Be careful or certain to do something. Make certain of something. Come together. I'll probably see you at the meeting. Accompany or escort. I'll see you to the door. Perceive, an idea or situation, mentally. Now I see. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. I can't see him on horseback. Observe, check out, and look over carefully or inspect. I must see your passport before you can enter the country. Deem to be. I don't see the situation quite as negatively as you do. Deliberate or decide. Let's see, which movie should we see tonight? Go to see for a social visit. I went to see my friend Mary the other day. Go to see for professional or business reasons. You should see a lawyer. Match or meet. Observe as if with an eye. Perceive by sight or have the power to perceive by sight. You have to be a good observer to see all the details. Receive as a specified guest. The doctor will see you now. See and understand, have a good eye. The artist must first learn to see. The seat within a bishop's diocese where his cathedral is located. Work out in detail. Find the solution to a problem or question, or understand the meaning of. Come up with. Do physical exercise. Give a workout to. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Be calculated. The fees work out to less than $1,000. Happen in a certain way, leading to, producing, or resulting in a certain outcome, often well. Predict in advance. Have faith or confidence in. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Judge to be probable. Keep an account of. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A mathematical element that when added to another number yields the same number. A secret method of writing. Convert ordinary language into code. A message written in a secret code. A quantity of no importance. A person of no influence. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A mathematical element that when added to another number yields the same number. A secret method of writing. Convert ordinary language into code. A message written in a secret code. A quantity of no importance. A person of no influence. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration. Judge to be probable. Be or play a part of or in. Elections figure prominently in every government program. A diagram or picture illustrating textual material. A decorative or artistic work. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The figure was about 1,000. A well-known or notable person. She is an important figure in modern music. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A combination of points and lines and planes that form a visible palpable shape. A model of a bodily form, especially of a person. He made a figure of Santa Claus. An amount of money expressed numerically. A figure of $17 was suggested. A predetermined set of movements in dancing or skating. She made the best score on compulsory figures. A unitary percept having structure and coherence that is the object of attention and that stands out against a ground. The impression produced by a person. He cut a fine figure. Understand. He didn't figure her. Have faith or confidence in. Judge to be probable. Take account of. You have to reckon with our opponents. Expect, believe, or suppose. Deem to be. Make a mathematical calculation or computation.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.